Step 3 action today from the Grove, where Halesowen Town were taking on Real Bedford in the Southern League Premier Division Central. The Yelts of Halesowen were coming into this match in third place, with a win and a draw from their 2 matches played so far. Division newcomers Real Bedford, fresh from 3 consecutive promotions, started from 8th, but they too had a win and a draw from their 2 matches, so this was promising to be a tight match, and that's exactly how it would turn out. On a warm but windy day in the West Midlands, the home side would get the proceedings underway. Eventually, Real Bedford started the match brightly, getting their neat passing game going, and they had the first chance of the match, but Cartwright's header was wide from a corner. 5 minutes later, Halesowen created their first real opening, but Rag's effort was saved by goalkeeper McGregor's legs. That miss was to prove to be costly because just a minute later, at the other end, Stevens played a neat little 1-2 and chipped the ball over the stranded home goalkeeper Platt. It was no more than the Pirates of Real Bedford deserved. As the half wore on, the visitors were in total control, silencing the initially loud Yelts fans. Halesowen needed something to go their way, and that's exactly what happened when McGregor helped in Hickman's corner. 1-1, and game on. Buoyed by the equaliser, from another corner, Smiles' thunderous effort was blocked, but Halesowen were, for the first time in the match, on the front foot. The pressure was starting to tell on Real Bedford, and McGregor made amends for his loose pass before Butfield fired over. Despite Real still having the lion's share of the possession, they struggled to create anything meaningful, and Finn had another chance at the back post for Halesowen. As is often the case in football, if you don't take your chances, you get punished, and that's exactly what happened when Richardson found space at the back post, put his header in the mixer, and Evans scored for Real Bedford. Barely seconds later, the referee brought to a close a highly enjoyable half of football. After the crowd had some refreshments and a kid nutmegged some fella, the 2 managers made their way out for the second half. Penny for their thoughts? Despite the disappointment of conceding right on half-time, Halesowen came quickly out of the blocks and had efforts from Cowley, then Rag. Next, it was Manning's turn to test McGregor, but his smart save kept his team ahead. This half was playing out similar to the first, Real Bedford having a lot of possession, but Halesowen having the chances. Here, Manning having another effort, firstly blocked, then cleared. Surely, it was only a matter of time before the Yelts equalised, and it finally arrived in the 63rd minute, a good cross out wide from Rag. This time, Cowley pokes in from close range. Still time for either side to find a winner, but not before a fan demonstrated his catching skills. As the clock ticked down to the final 5 minutes, Halesowen had a corner, which Butterfield headed home. Was that to be the winning goal? Real Bedford had no real answer, whilst the wonderfully loud Yelps fans treated us to a rendition of Twist and Shout. Shortly afterwards, the ref blew for full time, ending a truly wonderful match. Afterwards, I spoke with home manager Russell Penn and asked him for his summary of the match.
I think overall, I think we deserve the victory. I think we've respected these and we've done a lot of work and our due diligence on Real Bedford, and they were everything we thought they were. They kept the ball tremendously well, and they're a different side at step 3. But once we got to grips with how they played, albeit at half time, I thought we were excellent, and we pounced on their weaknesses, which was set pieces. And like I said, I've just seen the stats. We've had 24 shots on goal today. That's enough to win 3 games, never mind 1. My only disappointment is we haven't scored more, but I think it's a good win, and I think they'll pick a lot of points off teams this season. So I'm delighted with that.
And finally, a word about your amazing supporters.
Yeah, well, I say it every week on our own personal channel, and they never cease to amaze me. We've got over 1,100 in our first 2 games, which is fantastic. They want to see entertaining football. I hope we've entertained. We've scored 6 goals in 2 games, and they've been right humdingers. So I hope we can bring that entertaining football to them this season, because they will back us all the way.
So the Halesowen Town fans made their way out the ground after witnessing a cracking afternoon's football, which their team deserved to win. Credit too must go to Real Bedford in playing their part in this wonderful advert for non-league football.